Hi everyone, so welcome to Big Data Knowledge Hunt. So in the series of the Big Data video lectures, today we will be seeing the HDFS. So in the previous video we have shown the frameworks which are used to process large amount of data. So Hadoop is one of the framework. So we will see the HDFS, which is one of the part of the Hadoop file system. So we will see HDFS. So HDFS is referred as Hadoop distributed file system. So the architecture of the HDFS is as shown in the figure. So we'll see what are the basic parts that are consist in the HDFS architecture. So it consists of the name node, multiple data nodes, and the rack, and these are the client. So what is name node? So name node is used to store the metadata. What is metadata? The name node stores the information about the file that are stored in the data nodes. So name node basically acts as a master. So as we all know, HDFS consists of a master slave architecture. So here name node acts as a master, whereas the data nodes act as a slaves. So there are multiple slaves, that are multiple data nodes in the architecture. So the HDFS store the file in multiple clusters or in multiple chunks. So these clusters consist of multiple data nodes. So the file which is present in the HDFS is stored in multiple data nodes with multiple replication factor. So what is the replication factor here? By default in HDFS the replication factor is 3. So if we have a data set of 1 GB, then the 1 GB data, instead of storing in one system or one node, the HDFS will store the data in two nodes, 1 GB in one node and the another GB in the another node. So the nodes consist of the data nodes, multiple data nodes. So replication factor is 3 by default. So the data, 1 TB data is replicated 3 times. So if one of the data node is failed, then we can recover the data from the another data nodes. So the combination of multiple data nodes is known as rack. So as we can see, here are two racks. The first rack consists of the 3 data nodes, whereas the second rack consists of the 2 data nodes. So if one of the data node fails, then we can recover the data from the another data node. So the data is replicated in more data nodes, so it is safe. So replicating the data also decreases the time which is required to access, since easily the data is stored in multiple nodes and easily it can be accessed from the data node. So the data node send heartbeats to the name node, heartbeats in the form of information that which file is stored, what is the data stored in the file. So such type of information is sent from the data nodes to the name node. So the name data node sends the heartbeats to the name node. So name node is an important role in the HDFS architecture. So the by default replication factor is 3, but the user can provide the replication factor and increase the number of copies that is to be stored in the data node. So the data node is used to store the data in a safely manner. So I hope you are aware with the architecture. So if you want the whole detailed information or the detailed working of name node and data node, then we will make a separate videos for each. One additional node is present in the architecture, that is the secondary data node, which is the important part of the HDFS architecture. It will be explained in further videos. So the HDFS takes the data in and breaks it into down separate blocks or clusters and distribute them into different nodes. So it's enable a highly efficient parallel processing. At a single time we can access multiple data. So HDFS uses master slave architecture, as the name node is the master and the slaves are the data node. So in its initial stage, each cluster consisted of a single name node that manage file system operation and supporting data nodes that manage the data storage on individual compute nodes. So the data nodes are managed by the name node. The HDFS element combines to support the application of large data set. So what are the features of the HDFS? So it is suitable for distributed storage and processing, since the data is distributed among multiple clusters. The built-in servers of name node and data node help users to easily check the status of the cluster. So if one of the data node is failed, we can get the data from the another data node and easily check the status of the cluster. Streaming or live streaming of data or live streaming access is possible with the help of the HDFS file system, and HDFS provides file permission and authentication. So there are some of the cons of the HDFS architecture, since it is only useful when we have a large amount of data in the form of GB or TB. And the one more disadvantage is that random access is not possible with the help of the HDFS file system. We cannot provide random access. If you want to randomly access a single file which from a large file system, then it is not possible with the help of the HDFS. So I hope you are aware with the concept of HDFS, how is the architecture, what is the basic things that are consisted in the HDFS architecture. Thank you for watching the video.